Welcome to another edition of First Person, sponsored by the Bruns Realty Group in Troy and Tip City, celebrating 65 years of service to the Miami County community in both residential and commercial real estate. Call the Bruns Group or contact them by email on the prompt flashing across the bottom of the screen here. The Bruns Realty Group, for your next move, they'll help you make it the right one. School's out this week, and already people are talking about football. We're talking about football tonight with an old friend and a guy I spent a lot of time with over the years, Schondelmyer, who about 3 months ago it was announced would be coming back to ARCANUM High School as the Trojans head football this fall. And Coach, I want to welcome you back and say nice to see you again.
No, it's great to be back. I'm glad to be here.
First of all, there's dozens and dozens of people. I don't have to tell you. You've already answered this question. You probably got it. Let me see the palm of your hand. You may have crypt notes. Why now, and why back here at ARCANUM?
Well, you know, this has always been a special place for me, and I also have two boys that figure into this, and we were at a point in our lives where we felt like we were looking to move, and we were looking to go to a spot to raise our two boys, and we felt like if this opportunity ever presented itself, not only was it a great fit for me football-wise, but we felt like the schools were a great school for our two boys. So Bryce and Brody are excited about it and just recently purchased a house here in town, so we're going to be in town here.
You're a guy that's a super competitive guy. I've known you for a long time. You came here in 98, 99 when this program was at a very low ebb and turned this thing around. I mean, hard work, the ethic, everything that you stand for made the Trojans a viable league contender, couple appearances in the playoffs, and I remember at the time that you said when you left to go to Versailles in 2006, hard to leave here because of the body of work.
It was. I mean, it got to the point there, Sonny, where you know you're kind of reloading. The guys, your average players began to play like good players. Your good players began to play like great players. And you know, at that point in time, you know, we had things going, and it was very hard. So you know, I'm just fortunate and thrilled as can be just to have an opportunity to come back.
Jason Schondelmyer, aka Shondo, our guest this week on First Person. You know, you're in a little bit of that situation of coming back here now, where they've had 2 or 3 years of disappointing success or records. Here for whatever reason. The league, I think, is getting better. I think it's acknowledged that it's no more just Covington and anybody else. It's Covington and East. Laramie comes in this year. They're going to bring a new challenge. And people are expecting you to add a lot. I know you got a lot of friends in this league, and they're happy to see you back.
Yeah, and don't leave out Tri-County North. They're always in the mix as well, and you never know with Bethel. They've had the talent too. So, you know, it is. I mean, we feel like we got a good group of kids here right now. You know, we're getting where we need to be strength-wise. We just need to finish, and that's been our focal point this offseason, is just getting our guys to compete even when they're tired, and to not, you know, make excuses, to grind and grind and grind and to finish. And that's kind of where we've been. But we're excited about having that opportunity to get back to the top.
Jason, you've been some places. I mentioned you went and took Al Hetrick's position. And I think everybody would acknowledge sometimes it's better to be the man after the man that replaces the man. It's hard to replace a legend like Al Hetrick, but after that you went a few places, assistantship at UD, with Eddie Domsites at Alver, at Tri-Village. Tell me a little bit about what you learned in the 10 years since you've been gone.
Well, you know, when I was presented with the opportunity to go to the University of Dayton, Rick Chamberlain is the head football coach there, and he's a good friend of mine. And I felt like it was, for me, I love coaches' clinics. I love sitting down and talking and trying to become a better coach. I think you're always evolving. I think the offensive game is obviously evolving. I mean, and you got to keep up with it. So what I looked at that as an opportunity for me to go to a coach's clinic every day, and to learn, to pick up things, and just to become a better coach. So I think that helped me out as far as teaching kids fundamentally body position, and then also from an X's and O's standpoint. Going with Coach Domsites at Alter is, you know, obviously he was my head coach. Very similar philosophies, much of what we do is what Alter High School will be doing. So, you know, it's easy to coach for a guy who you believe in and what he stands for, and that's building character, really. I mean, they'll win, but he'll build character first, and that's going back and working with him. It's great. I mean, it's frustrating when you're in a situation where maybe you don't agree with what's going on. That could be a grind, but when you're there with somebody you have faith in, it's good to be
It's
there.
another thing that you picked up from Coach Dom's sites, and that is that opportunity to stand on the sideline at Ohio Stadium in the state championship. I know that's a place where you aspire to be. Every Division 4, 3, 2, doesn't matter what division you're in, you aspire to get to the state championship weekend.
Yeah, and just by you saying that, I have goosebumps on my arm. You know, that's why we're here. You know, we obviously we're here to teach the guys to become better guys and better men off the field, but we want to win, and with that comes certain responsibilities and certain accountability that you have to have, and that's the ultimate prize, is to get the program to a state championship. That's you know, that's everybody's goal.
I know you and Amy are moving back here. You said bringing the kids back. It's important to be not only in the community, it's in the school, in the midst of the work you're doing, isn't it?
Oh yeah, because you know, not only are you going to be able to recruit the hallways, but you're going to get to know all the kids, and that student body on Friday nights that may not play football, or that band that's out there, you need them to get louder at certain times. You need the student body to get louder, and you build rapport with those kids as well, and just hope that they're back behind you, because even when we had it going, our kids would always go. We had a combat zone in the end zone, and our kids would always go and celebrate with those kids that weren't part of the football team, but they really brought their A game on Friday nights as far as noise and everything else.
What's the rebuild been like for you so far compared to what it was in 98, 99?
Well, our strength level is much higher than where we were back then. We weren't the strongest of team. You know, I think that's the big thing. I mean, mentally tough, we're pretty good right now, and we just need to continue to improve in that area. But I like where we're at strength-wise. It's going to be new. It's going to be a system, you know, and the guys are going to have to communicate more. So I think that's one of the things that I'm anxious to see where we're at, because we're not going to tell them all the time. There's certain times when a team lines up that they have to make checks and they have to communicate, and I'm not sure how often they had to do that in the past.
You told me back then that when you came here to the first time, you had about 18, 19 kids. You said you didn't have enough to practice with. You had to put the helmets and pads on. Are you going to do that this time?
Well, no, probably not. I'm going to go ahead. I got the helmet right here. Yeah, definitely put that on, because I know I split my eye open several times and broke it. I think I cracked the crown of my nose. Who knows? I mean, if sometimes you need that.
I got an answer for that. No.
Yeah. But sometimes the kids need that. So whether I'm out there in football pads, I doubt that's going to happen. But I will grab a shield and mix it up every once in a while.
Jason, it's great to have you back. It's great to see you here in ARCANUM and back in the orange again. And we wish you the best and look forward to seeing you on Friday nights.
I appreciate it, Sonny. Thanks for having me.
It's going to be fun back in the Cross County Conference with Jason Schondelmyer again here with the ARCANUM Trojans. And that wraps up this week's edition of First Person, again brought to you by the Bruns Realty Group in Troy and Tip City. Call them for your next move. They'll help you make it the right one. Again, for our sponsors and Coach Schondelmyer, we thank you for your support for what we do in high school sports here on PressProsMagazine.com. We'll see you again next time with another edition of First Person.